Good morning. How are you guys? I have missed y'all. We have been on a break, but I'm excited to get back into the swing of things. Of course, we still have New Year's coming up, so there'll be a few days that I'll be out. But other than that, I'm ready to get back into the swing of things since before Christmas when we finished up our Meet and Advent calendar and got all of that fun stuff done. But now it is time to get back to the basics. So if you guys are ready to do some watercolors, then go ahead and grab your paints. We are going to do an easy, fun, basic painting today. So if you've never painted watercolors before, then grab your watercolors now because I promise you it's going to be easy and fun. Hi, Stacy Lee. Welcome in. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you had a good Christmas. I've missed you guys. I was sick over the holidays. Right after my last live, I told you guys I felt like I was getting a sore throat and I just got sicker and sicker. And so I've been kind of down and out, but I'm better now. And I am ready to paint. I'm excited about getting back to the basics. So if you guys are ready to get back to painting some beautiful watercolor ACOs, then now is the time. Grab your paints and we're going to get going on that. Now there are a few things that I got for Christmas that I'm super excited about that I want to share with you guys because I think you're going to really, really like them. The first one I'm going to put up on the screen right now. Hey, Stacy Lee. And it is this Nick Pro pencil set. I'm so excited about this. I have been using it and I love it so much. It has 6 different pencils, but they're metal mechanical pencils. So they're really easy to use and draw with. And they have you have your 0.5 tip. Good morning, Mom. How are you? You have your 0.7, you have your 0.9, and then you have 3 2.0 tips. And guys, these are really incredible. You also get some pencil sharpeners as well. But you get all of the different hardnesses of your leads as well. So you get like your 4H, your HB, your 2H, your 2B, and your 6B. Which is great, and your 4B, because this makes it much, much easier to do all of your shading and everything depending on the hardness of your lead. So this is great. And you get them for all of the different sizes for your pens. And then you also get a kneaded eraser. You get 3 regular erasers, and you get some colored, hang on, I gotta pop it out here. You get some colored leads for your 2.0 as well. And then you also get 2 of these eraser refills, which is great because I like these little erasers on the ends of my pen or on the ends of my pencil. So anyway, so I have been playing around with these and I'm telling you guys, I love them so much for drawing. It has been just amazing. I'll show you guys what I did over the weekend. I had this commonplace book and I really didn't do much with it. So I decided to start pulling it out and doing some sketching my day. So like on my grandson's birthday, he came over and showed us his new bicycle he got for his birthday. I spent some time in my studio. I had breakfast with my husband, and then we went to a birthday dinner with my grandson. So I went ahead and journaled that and sketched it out with the pencils, and it made all of my shading and everything so much easier. And then I just went over it with my microns in different sizes, which I got in my Mr. Penn's journaling kit. So it made for easy sketching. And then I also did yesterday, and yesterday I did this. This was my day for yesterday. And again, I used my different size leads to sketch out all of the stuff on the page. And then I used my different size microns out of my Mr. Penn journaling kit and went over it with the black ink, which was great. So these are, thanks for the heart, me, Stacy Lee. These are really good pencils for sketching. So if you guys are having any kind of, if you're needing a good sketch kit, then this is a great one. Stacy Lee, are you talking about the journal? What size journal I have? Because this commonplace journal is an 8x8. In case you're wondering, it's an 8x8. It's by a company called Archer and Olive. And so I've really enjoyed it. All right, do you have 5 pieces or 6 pieces? This is 6 different pencils. So you get a 0.5, you get a 0.7, you get a 0.9, and you get 3 2.0s. Hey, Feral Mom, I did come on just a little bit early. I wanted to show you guys all the goodies I got for Christmas before we got started. So, but I was talking about this amazing Nick Pro pencil kit that I got. I love this thing for sketching. It has become, like, I've used it, literally, I have played with it all weekend long. And just sat on the couch and sketched. I was showing them I started a draw your day journal. And so I did, thank you for your compliment that you said. Oh, yes, you're welcome. I loved it. You did a good job on those. I started a draw your day journal. And so, like, these were the things I used those pencils to sketch out my sketches and then went over them in my micron pens in different sizes that I got in my Mr. Penn's journaling kit. So, and then I did it again yesterday. But I just love the way that these pencils, you have different sizes and they're mechanical and they're lightweight and they're super easy to draw with. Love, love, love them. So I was just going on here, just kind of showing off some of the stuff that I got at Christmas. So this was one of the things that I really, really, really love. Myra, I don't know what's going on with that. I'm going to have to go back and look. I went and tried to find my receipt for the tracking number, and I couldn't find it, but I do have a list in my computer. So I'm going to go and look on there and see if I can find that tracking number and figure out what's going on with that. Because I know I did have one lady that sent me her tracking and she was like, this is going the roundabout way. And it went from like here all the way across the country and back before it got to her. So it took it like 10 days to get there. She finally got it like right before Christmas, I think. But it was taking forever. And so I'm thinking maybe yours was kind of rerouted. I don't know what's going on with that. But worst comes to worst, if we can't track it down, then I have another set. I'll just pop you another set in the mail. But I can't figure out, I don't know what's going on because I mailed it at the same time that I mailed all the others and everybody else has already gotten theirs. You're the only one that hasn't received yours yet. So, but you know, over the holidays, things are slower, but also they lose a lot of stuff too. So I'm a little concerned that maybe it's gotten lost. So I will work on that. I'm going to write myself a note right now to check on that when I get off of here because I don't want to forget. So hang on, let me get my book so I can write that down. Where is my journal? Okay. I'm going to write it down right now in my planner because I don't want to forget. Y'all give me just 1 second. Check on. earrings for Myra. Okay. All right, I got it, girl. I'm going to check on that for you. Because if I don't write it down, I'll forget. Yeah, someone else isn't enjoying them. Hopefully they're an artist, because weren't yours the little palettes? Weren't yours the art palettes? Okay, so I got this. I really enjoy it. Another thing that I got that I absolutely love was, where did it go? Hang on, I gotta find it. Oh, it hasn't come in yet, but one of the things that I got and I'm super excited about is this, is the Nick Pro Stay Wet painting kit. So it looks like this, and it is going to help with those gouache paints that I got in. Because remember, we played around with the gouache paints and we figured out they have to stay kind of wet. They're like watercolors. So I got that, and I think that that is going to be super fun. So I'm excited about that as well. And it will be here in the next probably week. So I'm excited to get that. I'm going to, I will, as soon as I get them in, Feral Mom, I'll make sure that I show you guys everything that comes in the kit. It comes with like, some brushes too, like some miniature painting brushes, but I'm more excited about the fact that it's got the Stay Wet tray. So, hey, Darlene, I did have a nice Christmas. Oh, you had the stomach virus. I was sick too. I think I had COVID, y'all. And I lost my sense of taste and smell, which kind of sucked over Christmas when you're getting all that yummy food. But it really wasn't that bad. Like, I only had one day that I felt really, really crappy. The rest of the time I just kind of it's just a head cold. You know, I just felt like I had a head cold. And I still have a little bit of of some congestion and stuff going on, but it's not bad. And, ugh, poor thing. That sucks, because all the good food at Christmas time you had to miss out on. I hope they saved you a to-go plate. Well, I have not been on here since our last day of our Meet Advent calendar, which was the 23rd. So it's been about a week. And I have missed you guys terribly. I'm excited to get back to things. Now, I am leaving town I'm leaving town tomorrow afternoon, so I will have my live tomorrow, but then after that, I'm probably going to be off until I get back. My husband and mine and my husband's wedding anniversary is New Year's Eve, so we are going up to the hill country and staying at a ranch that some friends of ours own, and we're going to hang out there until Sunday. So come Monday morning, I will be back on schedule. So this week's kind of going to be a short week, but then come Monday morning of next week, I will be back on our regular schedule, and I will see you guys every weekday at around 10 o'clock unless something changes, and I'll let you guys know like I normally do. But for the most part, I'll be back on my normal schedule. I know I've missed you guys. Ooh, bunches of cakes and candies and stuff. Yummy. Thank you, Kaylin. Yep, it'll be our 34th wedding anniversary. So we will be celebrating 34 years. And we are excited. So thank you guys for all those well wishes. All right, so another thing that I have coming in, guys, that I don't have yet, is you remember I got the golden maple, remember this detail brush set? Okay, well, these still are not back in stock. So I'm assuming, I don't know if they're going to restock these or not. It kind of makes me sad because these are really good. But they are sending me a set that has just it's just 3 brushes. But they're detail brushes. They have the wider like ferrule on them and everything. They look really, really nice. So I'm excited to try them out because I love these detail brushes that they sent me. So I'm thinking I'm going to love those just as much. There's obviously not going to be the options that I have in these, but I'm still going to enjoy it. Oh, you did? Okay, cool, Darlene. That's cool. Good. Maybe, well, I need all the help I can get to make my art look amazing. So, Kaylin, me too. I love the hill country. It's one of my favorite areas to go here in Texas. So, it's always nice to be able to get up that direction. We're about 4 hours from there, so it's a good drive for us, but we have a motorhome, and we usually take our motorhome when we go that direction, and we stay at some of the state parks up there. But this time we're not doing that. We're just going to drive up and stay at their ranch house. So, all right, guys, we are going to have some fun this morning. We're going to do an ACO. So I have my 2.5 by 3.5 meat and paper cut for that. Remember, this meat and paper is comes in a 5 by 7. So when you cut it, you can get 4 equal 2.5 by 3.5 sheets out of it, and you don't have to have any waste. Like, it's perfect for that size. So if I were to cut, and I'll just show you guys so that you guys can see it. Y'all, I love these meat and drawers that I got. I'm getting my office is getting organized this year. If it is the last thing I do, so you guys just be prepared. I'm going to be doing organizational stuff all over the place. So this is how it comes. And what I do is, I accidentally tore this one when I was separating it. I hate it when I do that. This comes like sealed. So it is like, it's like prying apart like frozen bars of steel when you're getting this stuff apart. But it comes like this. And what I do is I cut it in 4 of these 2.5 by 3.5 sizes. So you get 4 of them and you don't have any waste. So it's the perfect size paper for ACOs. So if you're doing, if you like to do artist trading cards, then this is a good paper to have for that, because you can, normally when you cut your paper down, you have extra that doesn't ever get used. But when you do the 5 by 7, you don't have that problem. Hey, Mass Mom, welcome in. Thanks for the heart me's. I hope you had a good Christmas. So that's what makes this this particular size really great. Now, I love this paper. It's 100% cotton. It is a cold press. It's a 300 GSM, and it is amazing. The absorption is really good on it. The one thing I'll say about this paper is that you don't have as much working time on this paper as you do some of the other papers. So you do have to add more water if you're needing, more working time to kind of do your blends. So that's the one thing I had to learn, kind of what I needed. So it was a little bit, not much, but a bit of a learning curve on how much water to use. But that's about it. And it's a wonderful paper, and I love it. And right now it is pretty much the only paper that I use for anything, unless I'm getting pre-cut like meet in cards, because I do use the meet in postcards for if I'm making cards. And this is a hot press, and it's a 4 by 6. So, but other than that, this is the paper that I use pretty much for everything. And I love it. Okay, the other thing that we're going to be using is going to be, you just got some of those there. Oh, yay. Okay, cool. The other thing that we're going to be using today is our meet-in brushes. Okay, so we're going to use y'all, my grandson was so excited. Sorry, I know I'm all over the place. My grandson was so excited about his water paint toilet. Y'all, he burst into tears when he opened it up. He was so excited. Like, he could not contain his emotions because he was just so excited to get it. My daughter said, she said, "Mom, I think you won Christmas." But anyway, he was super excited about his little Meeden paint toilet. All right, so we're going to be using these Meeden brushes. He was also excited about his Meeden #1 brush that I gave him as well. Yes, a wonderful assortment of new papers and brushes and paints. Yay, Kaylin, I'm so glad. Yay, we're going to have so much fun painting. 2026 is going to be a creative year for all of us. How exciting. All right, so we're going to be using the Meeden paint brushes. This set is really, really great. I have the 4 set, but they also make a 9 set. This set has the no rust ferrule. So this right here is not going to rust, which is great. You don't get rust down in your paper or in your water. They hold their tip really well. They're a synthetic squirrel hair, so they hold tons of water, and they have a short stem, so it's really easy to control your strokes, which is great. So we'll be using those. Yay, Tina. Yeah, the 9 set's great. If you need more sizes, it's a great set to have. I mainly use the 3 and the 1 and the 3. So I felt like that the 4 set was great for me, but the 9 set is a great set if you're wanting more size options for sure. So, and honestly, I really was debating between the 9 and the 4 set. So, I just wish that I had thought about, I wish that I had, sometimes I wish that I had gotten the 9 set, but then I use these and I realized that I really only use these 2 the most of the time. The majority of the time I don't use these. I use these for backgrounds periodically, but only use these 2 the most of the time. The majority of the time I don't use these. I use these for backgrounds periodically, but for the most, so I feel like I made a good choice with the 4 set, but one can never have too many brushes. Lisa, thank you for your purchase. Thank you, thank you. That's awesome. You're going to love those brushes. Yeah, I mean, if I had like a coupon, or if there was a flash sale going on or something, I probably would have gotten the 4 set for sure. I mean, the 9 set, because it really did come down to like, do I want to spend the extra money and not even be sure if I'm going to use them all? So that's why I got the 4 set. But we're going to be using these today. Additionally, we're going to be using my detail brushes from Golden Maple right here. I'll go ahead and pin the ones that I'm not going to be using these. These are Golden Maple detail brushes. These are the ones that I have on order that will be coming in. So, but we'll be using this set, and I'll probably be using the 20 or the 18. I'm not sure yet. So we're going to do that. And then, of course, we will be using our Meeden paint toilet right here, which is, there we go, which is sold out still. So, yes, Feral Mom, I agree with you. I have a ton of brushes as well. I have all of these. I have a whole case of brushes. I have these. I have these. I have all of those over there. But honestly, these are the ones that I use constantly. These are my go-to, and I use these every single day. I love them. They're my very favorite brush. Okay, and we're going to be using our Meeden. No, you can never have too many brushes, Kaylin. I totally agree with that statement. We're going to be using our Meeden 96 color paint palette, which we know is amazing because most of us have this one. I need to turn my brightness up on my screen. I can't. I know. So this has 96 colors. It has a fold-out mixing palette, which also detaches. It has 30 metallics. It has 12 of your macaroons. It has 6 of the neons, and then it's got your 48 colors, which also go from lightest to darkest, which helps make it easy to learn to blend. And it comes with a brush, a pencil, an eraser, and 2 art sponges as well. Plus, it comes in this amazing case that you can take with you, which I will be doing on my trip this week. When I go, I will be taking all of my art supplies with me because I'm going to be in the middle of nowhere, and I'm going to be having several days to just sit and look at the beautiful scenery, and I will be doing some painting, I'm sure. Aw, that's so cute, Stacy Lee. That's cool. I love the Grinch. Love, love, love it. Y'all, it is cold here. A cold front came in last night, and my hands are like ice cubes, like big time. Okay, we are going to get started. So everybody get ready if you want to screenshot the inspiration picture that we're going to be using today so that you know that you have it. Let me get my stuff right here out of the way so I can have my mixing palette there. All right. So this is what we are going to do today. We're going to make this a ACO. Oh, one other thing I was going to ask you guys about before we start. Sorry, guys. Tomorrow, I'm going to be working on my word of the year. Now, I go through a whole process of how I come up with my word of the year. I sit down and write down a lot of goals and things that I want to do and accomplish during the year. I pull out some words. I do some, question and answer stuff. I go down a rabbit hole of synonyms and antonyms and work through everything. And anyway, it's a process. Okay. It's a prayerful process. And God leads me to whatever my word of the year is. And last year it was called. The year before that was release. And you guys, the year that I did release was the year that we sold our house. We sold my business of 35 years, our house of 30 years. We changed churches, like so many things that I let go of that year. And it was kind of crazy because I don't really do resolutions because they fall off the first week of the year and then you're done, right? But a word, it lasts you all year and you can relate it to whatever happens to be going on in your life at the time. And so what I do is at the end of every month, I kind of review my word and look at how it's affected, the things that I've done that month and the whole thing. And I do a whole journal every year about it. I do my journaling to get my word. And then I do, every month I do a review. So I was thinking about maybe doing some of that on my live tomorrow so you guys could kind of see that process. I just didn't know if that would be something that you guys would be interested in. So you guys let me know in the comments if that's something that you guys might want to just kind of see the process of how I do that. And if you do, then we can go through that together and we can all kind of check out, and see what our word of the year might be leading towards. It usually takes me, an hour to 2 hours to go through the process of it, sometimes a little longer, depending on, kind of what's going on. But if you guys are interested in that, then I will do that tomorrow during my live. Because I think that it would be something really fun for us to do together. And then once a month, we can go back and we can review our word and we can do that review process so you guys can see how that goes. It kind of helps me stay on track for the year towards like the goals and things that I want to accomplish. It's not really setting resolutions because that's not what I do, but it is setting intentions of like kind of how I want my year to feel and be. So if you guys are interested in that, then we'll do that tomorrow. I see it. Several of you guys said yes. So, we'll plan to maybe do that tomorrow. Just give me some feedback on if you think that that's going to be what you guys want to do. Renee, I do a whole process. I don't have my book in front of me to show you guys the process, but I'll bring it tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow around 9:30ish. 10 o'clock, something like that. I'm going to come on a little early tomorrow. So, and I'll have it and show you guys how that do that. But the first thing that I do is I kind of sit back and I make some statements, like the things that I want to do for the year. Like I want to improve my hand lettering skills. That's one of the things I want to do. And I want to, obviously I want to do some more, I want to start a class, a watercolor class on school. I want to, put some courses together. There's just some things that I want to do. And so as I do that, I'm going to look through those statements and I'm going to find some commonalities And I'm going to get a list of words that kind of fit with that. And then I'm going to go through some synonyms. Then I'm going to go through some, different things that we would do to kind of come up to narrow it down and go through a funnel process to get to your word. So, so join us tomorrow and I can help you kind of, get that process, work through that process if you would like to. Hopefully that will keep leaning to the word reflect. Reflect is a wonderful word. I have done lots and lots of words through the years. Reflect has not been one of mine, but release was one of mine. And the year that I did release has probably been the biggest year that my word really, really like honed in on what was going on. But then this year was called, and it was really hard for me because I had given up my career and I kind of was at home all the time and I wasn't really doing a lot with people. And I was like, what is God calling me to do? I don't understand why he gave me this word called, but I kept leaning into it. And I leaned into creating my devotional coloring books and some of my devotional books, and those went really well. And then I'm working on a devotional planner that's for a full 52 weeks of planning, and it's got devotionals with it, and it's got coloring and doodles and things like that in it. And all of that was bringing me into that place of being called by God. And I just did it. It took me reflecting on that each month to kind of realize that even though I was by myself in my house, and I wasn't really out in the public like I was used to, I was still being called and used by God to do that. So I think that was really something that it was a really good lesson that God taught me this year. And so I know that whatever word he's bringing me to this year, it's going to be amazing. I'm just not sure where I'm at with it yet. So I've got to sit down and kind of think that through. So that's going to be the process, and we'll do that tomorrow together. Kaylin, you're so sweet. Thank you so much for saying that. Stacy Lee, thank you. All right, so enough of that. Let's get going. Who's ready for our painting today? We're going to do something fun today. Now, it's definitely not going to look like this, guys. This is probably an AI-generated picture. But it's cute, and I thought we could kind of try to pull it off. So what do you guys think about this little guy right here? I think he's precious. Aw, thank you, Stacy Lee. You're such a sweetheart. I appreciate that so much. Yes, Kaylin, I'm ready too. So, all right. I'm glad y'all like him. Okay, so everybody go ahead and get your screenshots if you need to do that. Grab it. Hey, Timothy, how's it going? Y'all, Forked in Fire Iron Kitchen is my cousin Timothy. If you guys don't follow him already and you like cooking videos, then he is a great follow. So hit that follow button for him. All right. This is going to be our inspiration pick today. So go ahead and do your screenshots. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are going to get started. All right. A lot with my back. Let me get through the pain. Oh, I'm so glad, Stacy Lee. Thank you so much for those compliments. Thank you for the likes on the live, guys. I appreciate it so much. All right, so we're going to get going. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and tape down our edges because I want mine to have a border. So we're going to go back to taping down our edges again. I'm going to use the tape that's in the Meet-In tape that is in my Meet-In travel kit. If you guys haven't seen this travel kit right here, this is a great little travel kit. It has 50 different colors. Hope y'all had a good Christmas, Timothy. It looked like y'all had fun. I was watching all of your stuff on I think it was Facebook. It might have been TikTok, but for some reason I want to think it was the Book of Faces. But this Meet-In kit has 50 watercolors in it, and it has the tape that comes in it. So we're going to be using that tape because I don't have a regular roll of this tape. So I'm going to use it. You can also use washi tape. You can use painter's tape. I tape mine. I'm right-handed, so I tape mine this direction. Yeah, that travel kit is nice. That's probably the one I'm going to take on my trip with me, because I feel like this 96 color one is just a lot to travel with. So I think I'm going to take the meet and travel one. And it is in the shopping cart below for you guys. It's product number 7. So if you guys are looking to see what product that is, it's product number 7. Okay. All right. Timothy, I don't know if you're still on here or not, but if you are, just want you to know that Andrew and his girlfriend, Casey, stopped by and saw the new house and hung out with us for a couple of hours. And we had so much fun visiting and catching up. Yes, you do. That's right. You do have a family channel as well. I love it. Okay, that must have been where it was the Book of Faces, Timothy. All right. So once you get your edges taped off, you just want to make sure, I eyeball it. You just want to make sure your edges are basically the same, like, width as, you know, all the way around, so you have even edges, okay? And once you do that, we're going to go ahead and let's put a background on here first. Okay, so we're going to use our Meet-In number 7 to do that. Now the Meet-In number 7 is in this set right here. So I have put that below for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and dip in my water, and I'm going to put lots of water on my paper. Now remember, if you're using this Meet-In paper that I showed you guys, it absorbs really quick. So you need to make sure that you put enough water on there that it is saturated, okay? And then you're going to dip and get whatever color you want for your background. I want my background to be a light blue color. So I'm going to use this macaroon blue right here. I don't have my blue right here. I don't have my I don't have my swatch in front of me, but the one that's up top right here, this one. Okay. So that's what we're going to be using. And I'm just going to put that, I'm just going to put it in here very lightly. You're not even going to be able to tell it's there once we get it cleaned up. Okay. But I want it, but once you peel the tape, you're going to notice that you have a border. Okay. It's going to be noticeable only once you pull the tape. So if you can't tell right now, that's okay. It's going to look white. But I promise you, when we pull that tape, it is not going to be white, okay? So now I'm going to dry my brush, and I'm going to pick up all that extra water and any of that extra pigment. Okay? So you guys are not even going to notice that I put that background on there. It's going to look white. Okay? Now we're going to dry it. All right. Okay, so once it's dry, you're going to see that this paper looks like normal paper. I promise you, it doesn't need to be dark. Okay? When we pull this tape, you will be able to tell that there is a blue background. I just don't want it to mess with the colors of what we're going to do. So it was important to go ahead to do it really soft. Okay? All right, now I'm going to pull out my pencil, and we are going to start drawing out our cat. Now, let me show you guys, those of you who trust the process, right, Kaylin? Yep, Stacy Lee, that's right. It works. I know. Those of you who are with me daily understand the process. You understand the assignment, right? Okay, so now we're going to get our pencil out. The pencil kit that I'm using is going to be the NIC Pro pencil kit that I was telling you guys about earlier that I am in love with. It is such a great kit, all right? And I'm going to be using the 0.7. Okay, so I'm going to use this one right here, and it is going to be in the HB lead, all right? So if that gives me a a very light sketch, okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and start our sketch, and let me show you guys how this is going to work, okay? Is it 7 thicker than ink? Is it 7 thicker the ink than the others? Stacey Lee, I'm confused on that question. I know it's got to have a typo in it, and I just can't, I can't decipher. Can you redo it? Okay, so this is our circle. These are circles. These are triangles. Okay, so these are ovals. That's how we break this one down, okay? So when we break down our drawing, we've got our circle, triangles, ovals, and then circles, all right? So that's how we're going to break it down. All right. Is number 7 a dark color pencil or a light? Okay, number 7 is the size of the tip. It's a small tip. And then HB is the light color ink or the light color lead. Okay, so your H's are going to be your light colors. Your B's are going to be your darker colors. So an HB is kind of like right in the middle. And then the number 7 tip is going to be the size of the lead. Okay, so I'm going to use the number 7 and with an HB lead in it. All right, thank you for that question. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do our line first, like our little bottom, so we know where our hands are going to go. So this is going to be like the little shelf that his hands are going to sit on. Okay, and we're going to draw his little face like this. Okay, and then we have his little hands are going to be like this. These are our ovals for our hands. Okay, and then we've got our ears, which are going to be like this here, which are our triangles. Okay, very basic. And then we have our tail coming up, and I'm going to make my tail come up and curl like that. Okay, so that's the tail. Okay, very basic. We don't have to have any of our details in. We just need our sketch. Yes, Pharaoh Mom, I will put this one up on the Tube of You. And just so you guys know, I did get a few more of our Meet-In Advent calendars up on my Tube of You channel as well. So if you guys are wanting any more of those Advent ones, I got the snowman from day 18 uploaded, and I got currently, I think, let me see, let me just make sure. And I got the day 19 also, which was the little reindeer with the ornaments that were hanging off of his rack. I got that uploaded as well. So there are some more up there if you guys are looking for those Advent days. I'm still working on the rest of them. I was sick over the holidays, so I just didn't do anything really, you guys. I kind of laid around. Okay, so we don't need anything super detailed. We're going to do all the details when we put our paint in there. Okay, guys? So let's go ahead and get going on. Now, we can give ourselves, if we want to, we can give ourselves, some lines for the fingers if you want to, and things like that. Our eyes, we do need to put in our eyes. So go ahead and draw in your eyes, because those are going to be white, and we want to keep the paint out of our eyes. And let's see. You know what? I think he's kind of leaning sideways. We should fix his ears. I'm going to fix his ears, guys. I just looked at him again and realized he's leaning sideways. So I need to erase his ears. Hang on 1 second. I got to get my eraser out. I didn't pull it before I started, and I should have. So hang on 1 second, guys. Let me pull out my eraser. All right. Let's go ahead and get his ears erased. And this is another reason I like to use an HB pencil. Because it's a lighter ink, or it's a lighter, not ink, but it's a lighter lead. And so we don't have to, like, it erases much, much easier. I'm going to bring his ear kind of over this way. And then I'm going to take his eyes and I'm going to lean them sideways as well. I should have paid closer attention and I didn't. All right, so this one's going to be lower, kind of like this. And this one's going to be up here, kind of higher. So he's kind of leaning sideways. And then his little nose is like this. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at. Now, I know it looks like a hot mess right now. Trust the process. It won't when we're done. Okay. Good morning, Jamie. How are you? Thanks for the heart me's. Okay, guys. Let's go ahead and get some paint put on this. Are you guys ready? Are we good? Okay, so let's take our Meeden number 1. Okay, so we're going to be using our Meeden number 1 brush. Let me get that posted for you guys. Right there. Perfect. All right, now dip it into some water. And let's go ahead and put some water in our face. Now, we are not going to put it in the eyes, okay, guys? Go ahead and just go around the eyes. We don't need it in the eyeballs. Okay, you can, if you want to, go over the nose because it's small and we can always go over that with an acrylic marker if we want to cover it up if we need to. But just don't get it in the eyes. We need the eyes to stay white. Okay. And remember, your pigment's going to follow the water. So as long as you don't get water in any other part and you just put it in the face, then that's where the pigment's going to go. You don't have to worry about it spreading or anything. Just make sure it's glistening. It doesn't have to be drenched. Glistening is good. And we're going to add in our blue. So just pick whatever blue you want. I'm going to pick this darker blue over here. And I'm going to put some in this side of the face. But this little guy is different colors. He's a calico. Okay, so we're going to add some other colors in as well. I'm going to put a little bit of blue right over here. Okay. And we're going to put blue in his feet too, but don't worry about that right now. Rinse your brush. Go ahead and grab another color, whatever color you want Tim to have in him. I'm going to grab some red and put some red right here. And I'm going to rinse my brush and I'm going to grab some orange and I'm going to put some orange down here. Just remember when you're mixing cold and warm colors together, if you mix a lot, they're going to get muddy. So you don't want to do that too much. I'm going to grab some green, put some green over here. And maybe a little bit of yellow up here. Okay. So I'm just being really careful not to mix that blue and orange too much because I don't want to get mud. All right. Now I'm going to dry my brush. I have a little bit of, too much water. So I'm going to lift some of that water before I dry it because I don't want it to be pushing it into those colors and making mud. All right, so just keep that in mind. All right, now we're going to dry it. I'm doing well, Jamie. I got sick over the holidays, so I'm just now kind of back in the swing of things because I wasn't feeling well. All right. So there is our base color. Okay. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my pencil and draw the inside of my ears so I know kind of where I want that pinkish part to go. Okay. I know, looks like a hot mess. It's all right, guys. Trust the process. You got to trust it. All right, let's go ahead and do the inside of our ears with just plain water. And we're going to put some pink in our ears. Remember, it doesn't have to be soaked. It just needs to glisten. And just kind of dab it in there. Let it go up into the water. Okay. Then do the same thing with the other side. Add your water in there. And then add your pigment. Just like that. See how short these are? These are real. It's so easy to control your strokes with these brushes. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Hope you had a good Christmas. All right, so we have our little pink ears, and now we're going to go and we're going to add in the blue around the edges. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dip into that same color blue that I was using with my brush wet, and I'm just going to kind of follow around. And it's okay if it gets a little, whoops, I don't want it to do that much. Hang on, guys. It's okay if it blends a little bit into the ears. Just remember that we're going to be adding details and kind of blending all this anyway. So don't panic if it gets into your ears just a little bit. You just don't want it to be too much because you want to be able to see the pink in the ears. Okay. So you don't want it to like take over. So be very light-handed. So if it does blend, you've got, you know, a light hand of blending, not something that just takes over the inside of the ear. Just kind of bring it down on this side as well. Okay, so mine kind of blended a little bit together, and that's okay. We kind of want it to do that some. Okay, and now we're going to do the little hands. Okay, so go ahead and put some blue in your paint and bring it to your hands. Not too much water because it'll be crazy. And then right here as well. Okay, the magic and bringing the painting to life comes when we start adding in our detail work. Remember, if you get too much water, just dry your brush and you can pick it up. If you get too much color, you can do the same thing. Just pick it up with a dry brush. Okay. And then let's go ahead and I'm going to take just a teeny tiny bit of black and I'm going to put it right around the edges of my ears at the tips while it's still a little bit damp to kind of make that grayish, it's going to make it like a grayish blue. Kind of blend it into like a grayish blue. And then again at the hands right here. Just a little bit. not too much. Okay. And then we can kind of go right across here with that gray or that light black. That's kind of saturated. And now what's going to happen is I rinse my brush, take some clean water, and I'm just going to put some water down here underneath it. Okay. Just like this. And then I'm going to take that blue and I'm going to tap it and I'm going to kind of let it blend. I'm going to take that blue and I'm going to tap it and I'm going to kind of let it blend. You don't want to do too much. Let it kind of do its thing, like it's kind of dripping. And then you're going to take your black. So rinse your brush, take some black, and kind of blend that together across the tip, right? Whoop, not too much. Across the tip like this. Okay. So we've kind of got our little shelf. Okay. Now I know it looks like a hot mess. I know it does. It's okay. I promise. Dry it. And we're going to get our details put in there and you guys are going to be like, what? How did that happen? Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the follow. Also, Miss Highness. Y'all, my hands are cold. Thank you for the club cheers, Mom. Hang on, where is my coffee? I gotta get me some coffee here. All right, now let's go ahead and do the tail. So we're gonna make the tail kind of a blackish gray and add in a little bit of blue. So let's go ahead and do the black. Just a little bit, not a lot. We want it to be kind of a grayish color. We don't want it to be solid black. And then go ahead now and grab some of your blue or whatever color your base color was and add it in there. Dry your brush and kind of blend that together. I'm going to add a little bit more black to the tail. It's still a little bit blue for me. Now I have my calming morning music on. My mom said she likes it when I have the calm music on. Debbie, we are doing this cute little kitty cat right here. Now, it's not going to look like that. This is an AI image, but we're using this as our inspiration, so. I'm going to add that black back in right here. Just a little bit more. Want that to be a little bit more defined. There we go. All right. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to kind of give it some highlights, okay, in these areas where we've got these color blends, okay? So we want to, or not highlights, but shadows. So I'm going to take this blue again, and I'm going to come across here around the edge while it's dry, and I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit of a shadow. Okay, now I'm going to rinse my brush, and I'm just going to kind of blend that. So it's got that darker little area right there. And I'm going to do the same thing at the top. I'm going to take my red, and I'm going to go in right here with my red. Just kind of give it some, like, you know how cats kind of have those lines? Like tabby cats have those little tabby lines. That's kind of what we're going for here. Okay. I'm going to do this orange the same way. Kind of just bring down some areas. And when we put our hair on here, we're going to kind of follow those little tabby lines. Okay. And you can go ahead, rinse your brush, kind of smooth those out if you want to. If you don't like the harshness of them, just kind of want to have some shadows. Bringing some yellow down. And then the green over here. So I'm just darkening up some of these areas, right? To kind of give it some depth. You don't want it to be so flat. A little bit of a shadow right here in the corner. And then I'm going to bring in some of that orange right across here. Rinse my brush and blend that out. It's just clear water that I'm using to blend with, guys, if y'all are wondering. Okay. All right. Now it looks kind of funky, and that's okay, because when we put our details in, it's going to start to come together. Okay. All right. Now let's go ahead and get the eyes done. So that we can kind of get ready to put in the detail work, okay? He's coming together. I know he still looks like a hot mess, but he's definitely coming together. All right? So just stay with it. Stay with it. All right, let's do the eyes. So when we do our eyes, I'm going to go ahead and take my pencil and I'm going to give myself a circle here. And then inside that, I'm going to give myself this little circle. Same thing here. I'm going to go circle. And then I'm going to go smaller circle right there. Okay. Now, I'm going to get my detail brush out. I'm going to pull out my liner. Let's see. This is going to be the short liner. It's 18/0. Okay, but any detail brush that you have that's got a small, good little tip on it will work. Or you can use the tip of your medium brush, will be fine as well. And what we're going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my black and I'm going to go ahead and give my eyes some definition here so that we know exactly where our eyes are. All right. And right up here at the top, I'm going to make that a little thicker so it kind of looks like a shadowed. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to rinse my brush. I'm going to take a very, very light blue. Okay. So I'm going to take this light blue right here. I'm going to mix it on my palette in this little bluish gray area. Okay. So I'm going to have like a bluish gray. And we're going to do a little shadow right up underneath here. Very light. Okay. Now we're going to decide on what color you want his eyes to be. I'm going to do mine green. And I'm going to do the green outline first. Just like that. Go ahead and dry your brush. If you have too much water, pick it up. I'm going to pick mine up because I have a little too much. You can always do that with a dry brush. Okay, and I'm going to dry those eyes before I do the black part. Okay. It is, isn't it, Stacey Lee? Thanks for the follow, sweet Shug. All right. So now I'm going to put the black in there. So we're going to go ahead and make this black. Let me get a little bit more water. I don't want to have too much water because it'll spread really quickly. It'll take over and we don't want to do that. So just kind of a medium amount in your brush. But we're going to get our black pupil going there. And we're going to outline our green with a very light hand. Okay, just like that. I know it looks weird, but I promise when we get the white on it, it's not going to. Okay, now you're going to take your amazing white gel pen from your ZSCM set that we all are in love with. Make sure it's, these have been out here in the cold, so I want to make sure it's writing good. Let me get a piece of paper and scribble for a minute. But you want to make sure, sorry guys. Because I know when they sit in cold, that can be an issue. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to take our gel pen and we're going to do our little highlight right there. Okay. And then we'll do the other side. Now, once we start getting our hair and our details and everything in, these eyes are going to start to pop. But for now, we're just doing the basics, okay? I'm going to go ahead and do this pupil while I have black on my brush. Just save me a rinse step. Okay. And I'm going to go a little thicker right across the base here. There we go. All right, rinse your brush. Go ahead and grab your green or whatever color you used for the eyes. Make sure it's dry. Thank you, Jamie Marie. It's a little hot mess right now, but it's going to be cute when we get done. Okay. So now we are going to put our green in there. And that doesn't look like the same color green, but I swear it is. I just got too much pigment, so I'm going to add some water. and I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to dry my brush and pick up my water, and it's going to lighten that up. Okay, did you guys see how I did that? If you get it too dark, just add water to it, then dry your brush off and pick up the pigment with a dry brush, and it will lighten that up. It's one of the things I love about watercolors is that you can fix your mistakes. Okay. All right, now let's go ahead and take our little pen and give it the highlight that it needs right here. Perfect. Sorry guys, I was trying to do something. All right, move this out of the way. There. Yeah, me too. Oh, thanks, Debbie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so how are we doing? We okay? Okay, so we have our colors all in there. I feel like our green is not quite as spiffy as it needs to be. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more green in. So I'm going to change brushes again. I'm going to go ahead and put some more green in here. I feel like it's not, like the other colors have these nice bright layers to them, and this one just didn't, the green just didn't pick it up like I wanted it to. All right, so rinse your brush, take some clear and just blend that out. Once you get that done, you'll have some harsh lines, but that's okay because we're going to put hair in here in a minute and it's not going to matter. But I think that's going to bring out that green better. Much better. Mo better, mo better. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think he's starting to look good. All right, now it's time to get ready for the details. All right, so let's go ahead, dry. And the first thing I'm going to do is take my 05 micron pen, and I am going to give myself a barrier right here. So that I have a very distinct line of where his chin is. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and give him his nose, which is going to be like this, and his mouth. Okay. Now, in his nose, I want him to have pink. So, I'm going to go ahead and grab a pink. But I'm going to use a glistening pink. This is my ZSCM from the 24 color set. Okay, for those of you who have that set. All right, what kind of white pen to use? Okay, this is the ZSCM white gel pen. It has the swatch that goes down in it. It is a retractable pen. And it has, it's from the 100 color set, which is the most amazing set of pens when it comes to gel pens that I've ever owned. It's right here. And the way that that set does is it has, let me just pull it out for you because I want you to be able to see it. Because when you see that and you go, oh my gosh, that price, I want you to know why it is that price, because it's amazing. Okay, so this is the set that I have, and these are the pins. Okay, so they have the swatches that go down in them. They have the retractable tips, and you guys, look at the colors that they come with. They have all your regulars, your neons, they have your macaroons, and they have your pastels, and they have your black and your white. So that is the set that they're from. And you just can, you know, scan and grab. It comes with these little swatch strips. You color them in and you slide them down into the pin set, and they're amazing. So, worth every penny that you pay for them, I can assure you. And they have 4 times the amount of ink in them too. So it's like getting 4 pens in one. So you're not going to run out of ink super fast with these either. They're incredibly amazing pens. So if you guys are looking for a really nice, high quality gel pen set, these ZSCMs are amazing. And they have them in 12, they have them in 60, they have them in 72. They have them, ZSCMs are amazing. And they have them in 12, they have them in 60, they have them in 72. They have them in 100 colors, and they have them in 200 colors. So, just so you know, there's a lot of different options, but the white and the black are in the 100 color set. And it's the best white gel pen I've ever had, because it's very, very juicy, and you struggle with juiciness with gel pens. These are super, super incredibly juicy. In the 100 color set, there are some that are glitter. I'll show you the glitter sets. Okay, so you get your regular glitter set, your regular colors, and then you also get your neon glitters in the 100 color set. And then you get your regular neons and your regular colors. Then you get your macaroons in regular, and you get your pastels in regular. So the shimmers come in the regular and the neons in the 100 color set. Now, the glitter pens that are in the 100 color set do not duplicate the colors of the glitter pens that are in the 72 color set. So the 100 color set, the 72 color set, and the 24 color set are all different colors. None of them duplicate. So that's one of the things that I love about this set, is that it doesn't duplicate. And I'll show you, they come with these boxes too, so they can stack really easily. They also come with the case. So you have the leather case, and then you have the box that they fit in, so you can store it really easily. Just put the lid on it, and you have it stored so that they can stack on your shelf. So when you're looking at the 72 color set, the 72 color set is all glitter, just so you know. But it's none of the ones that are in the 100 color set. So the 72 color set looks like this. Hang on, let me pull it out for you. Because I want you guys to see the difference. Because the 100 color set, yes, I agree with that, Renee. The 100 color set, or the 72 color set, is all shimmers. Okay, but they're not duplicates of the shimmers that are in the 100 color set. But the 100 color set is mostly regular gel pens. It only has 2 sections that are shimmer. Okay? Hopefully that helps. And it does not, the 72 color set does not have a white or a black. Okay? All right. And here is, let's see. Here's the 72 color set right here. It's item number 10 in the shopping bag. Yes, Renee, the 72 color set is all glitter. Yep, all glitter. The leather case itself is pricey, so it's so worth it. Yes, the leather case is really nice in both of these sets. I really, really like them. Okay. Any questions on those before I move on? I know, me too, for a mom. She and I have like every set they own, I think. Okay. Hey, Crystal Joy. How's it going? All right. So we are now ready to start putting our details on. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my detail brush from Golden Maple. Let me go ahead and put that other set up for you guys, if I can find it. Here they are. All right. I'm using an 18/0, and I am going to start putting in, we're going to start putting in our details on this. And this is what's going to make this thing come to life. Okay, guys? So I'm going to dip into my black. And what we're going to do is we're going to start working our way up the tail. With our hair. Make sure you have enough water on your brush, because if you're using a small detail brush, sometimes it can be hard to get enough water, but you don't want it to look blotchy. Very light-handed. We're just giving it some fur. No rhyme or reason. Fur doesn't really have a pattern. We're just going up, basically. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. Did you guys get all of the things that you thought you wanted? Sorry, you guys, I'm still sick, so. I mean, I'm not sick anymore. I'm not, like, really sick, but I still have, like, lingering cough and congestion. That's why I didn't come on Friday, because I knew that I wouldn't be able to talk without coughing. You need new paints? Well, grab some meat and paints. You'll love them. You got some watercolor things, Jamie? That's awesome. I sent you something, but it went out late, so you're probably not going to get it for a couple of days, because it went out, like, when did it go out? What day did I send that? I think it was, hang on, I think it might have been Friday. It was either Friday or Saturday. All right. Sorry, I'm checking on. All right. Keep adding the fur. And just know I'm going to go ahead and outline my tail as well with this black. And that's going to kind of bring that fur all together and give it kind of a more of a cohesive look. Okay. And we're going to do that same thing now with the the rest of him. So we're going to outline. I'm going to go ahead and outline his ear. And then just kind of give him some fur. You can give him kind of some, like some that kind of stick out that don't really go, just to give him that kind of whimsical little feel to it. Thank you, Kaylin. Yes, Renee. This particular set that we're using has 30 of those mica paints. So these are all of, right here, these are all of the shimmer mica paints right here that are in this set. And then it also has your macaroons and your neon colors. And then it's got your regular colors. So these are the ones that are the shimmer paints right up here at the top. So that, and this is the Meeden set. I'll pin it for you just so you know. So you get the best of both worlds with this set, because you get your metallics and your micas, but you also get your regulars and you also get your neons. So I just pinned it. It's number 1 for you. All right. Now, when we do the inside of the ear, guys, we want to do the same thing so that those hairs that come off the inside of the ear kind of come off into the, over the top of the blue part, and blend that out together. So it's going to kind of bring it, make it all kind of, make him look fuzzy. Yeah, Renee, you'll like those. Just so you know. That's pretty much, I think the majority of us on here are using that particular set of paints. That tends to be, when I started, it was the set I was using, and all of us kind of fell in line with that set. We really liked it. So do the same thing here. You're going to bring that hair up into the inside of the ear. Kind of just give it that blended hairy look to him. And I'm doing some thicker and some thinner. And again, I'm not doing any kind of rhyme or reason to it. We are going to give him some whiskers and stuff. But I'm going to do those last, because I want to make sure that that we put him in the right place after we've got all the hair and fuzz on him. All right, so here is his little hand. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to do his little fingers. Like that. And I'm going to give him some, I'm going to do some shadowing with my micron in a minute. So don't worry about any of the shadows that we're missing right now. Just do the hair first. And I'm doing this a lot like I did, you know, the pine needles and stuff when we were doing those pine trees. I'm just going kind of back and forth with it. So he's just got some hair kind of coming off of him. I had forgotten how hard it is to paint when your paper is taped down and you can't move it. Yeah, Jamie, I've got something. I think I really think it's COVID. And the reason I say that is because my husband and I both lost our sense of taste and smell. But we only lost it for like 2 days. So I don't know. But I mean, it may not be. It may just be a head cold. It hadn't been horrible. It's just been, you know, I've had that cough and, you know, I've sneezed a whole bunch and and it started right before Christmas. It started on the 23rd. Well, it may just be a mystery cold too. I mean, that could be it too. I don't know. I didn't take any kind of tests or go to the doctor or anything because, you know, it is what it is. You just live with it. No reason to, you know, it wasn't bad. I mean, I was sick, but I wasn't so sick that I didn't, you know, that I wasn't functional or anything. I just had a, you know, head cold that's annoying mostly. All right, let's do his little feet. His footsie right here. Maybe put a little hair on his feet. All right. Now I'm going to do some whiskers. And also right around his ears, I'm going to pull out some, whoops. I'm going to do some longer, kind of more whimsical little hairs coming out. And the same thing on this side. Just to kind of give it kind of some whimsy to it. Oh, yay. You got the paint set? That's awesome. I'm so glad at Miss Renee. All right. All All right, let's go ahead and give him his whiskers. So we're going to go here, out. Make sure when you do these whiskers, you want them to be light-handed. So you're going to have a lot of water on your brush in order to get it to drag out, okay? Thank you, Michelle. Otherwise, it will start to kind of like break apart, and you don't want that with your whiskers. You want your whiskers to... Okay. And we'll do the other side. These are going to kind of come down this way. Okay. And maybe out. Okay. He's starting to come together, guys. All right, we're going to make sure his ears are shadowed enough to look natural. And then we're going to bring some whiskers up top. And just keep adding your hair and your whiskers until you feel like he looks the way that you want him to look. I feel like this side is a little off. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my micro... Well, first I'm going to dry it. Let's see. Okay, so I'm using the Meeden brushes. Sorry, I'm just now getting the comments. All right, I'm using these brushes right here. I've just pinned them for you. They're product number 2. Those are the brushes that I'm using. The small detail brushes are not the Meeden style. They are the other ones. But this is the main brush that I used. Okay, so that's the main brush set. The other detail brush set that I used is a golden maple set that is sold out. This is the other golden maple set that's got detail in it. Okay, so that's it. And then the paper that I use is the Meeden paper. This paper, it's 5x7, and I cut it down to the ACO size, so you can get 4 of this ACO size out of the one 5x7 page. So, and that is right here. So it looks like this. Okay, it looks like this. And I cut it here and here, and I get 4 of the 2.5 by 3.5 ACO sizes. So I get 4 of this size out of one sheet of this. And this is pretty much the paper that I use for everything, unless I'm making cards. And if I'm making cards, I use the Meeden postcard paper, which I really like. Okay. Hey, Show and Tell, welcome in. Raina, thanks for the follow. I'm going to follow you back. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to send that invitation. I meant to hit follow. My bad. Well, I don't know why it's not letting me. That's strange. Huh. All right. Hey, Jess. Thanks for the follow. Roseanne, thank you so much. I'm good, show and tell. Kaylin, you think it's close? Well, it's getting there. I still feel like it needs some stuff to it, but we're getting there for sure. All right, so what I'm going to do now, though, is I am going to shadow in a little bit of the blue that we did earlier in the eyes. I'm going to kind of blend out this shadow just a tad because I don't like the way that looks. And all I did was add clear water to do that. And I'm going to put a little bit over here as well, so they kind of match. Okay. All right. Now we are going to add in some of our Micron shadows. And the way that I'm going to do this, guys, is I'm going to take and I'm going to do thin little lines and I'm going to cross hatch those. It's the same way you do when you're sketching. You just cross hatch them and bring them up. And that's going to shadow that in. And I'm going to do that same thing right here underneath this little paw. And right here in the corner where his chin is. So it's kind of darken up those little areas where we want to have shadows. I'm going to do that here around the ears as well. And right here. I'm just, like I said, I'm just cross hatching those. And you can really pretty much do that anywhere you want to bring in any kind of shadows. Okay. Yes, Micron pens are amazing. I have a full set of all the sizes because honestly, guys, they're waterproof and I can put paint all over the top of them once I've painted and it doesn't smear and it's just very, very helpful. I love it. Okay, let's go ahead and do some splatters on here. I'm going to start with the red. So I'm going to use my Meeden #1 and I am going to do the red splatter first. And I'm just going to do a few. I don't want to do too much. Okay. Rinse that. Go ahead and grab some, let's see, what other color do I want to use? I don't want too much. I think I'm going to do some blue. We'll do a little bit of the blue. Again, not too much. And then let's do the yellow. Yep. And I think I'm going to do black, but not too much of the black, like a little bit and small taps. Okay. Perfect. Rinse your brush. And now, earlier, when we did our background, remember I told you it was going to look white. But when we peeled the tape, we were going to be able to see that it was not white. So this is the moment where we are going to do the big reveal of the background. So let me get it dry. Which may take a minute because I've got those splatters on there, so just be patient. All right, now it looks like it's a white background. Remember, I told you I wanted it to be really, really light. But once we peel it, it is not going to be white. So, yes, drum roll, please. Dun, da, da. Drum roll, drum roll. Oh, if I can get it up. All right, so now you can see it's got just that very so slight color to it. It's very, very light and very subtle. Okay, but look, you see it? All the way around. Oh, I think he's cute. Oh, it turned out good. What do you guys think? I told y'all trust the process. Yes, Stacy Lee, this will be uploaded to the Tube of You channel. So if you want the tutorial for this, it will be on the Tube of You channel. I will upload it. Okay. And we'll call him, what do we want to name him? We're going to call him Stitch the Tabby Cat. No, I don't like Stitch. Let's pick something else. He needs a cute name. You guys give me a name for him. Thank you, Ruthie. Elmer. I like Elmer. Elmer the Tabby. All right. He's cute, though. Let me go ahead and sign him at the bottom. Where is my pen? He's cute. All right. So that is Elmer the Tabby Cat. Tabitha the Tabby Cat. I like Tabitha too. For some reason, I just want to say it's a he for some reason. I don't know why. All right, let's see if we have any kind of details that I feel like we're missing on him that we need to add. I feel like he needs some dots on his cheeks. I don't know why I feel like his ears need more hair. I feel like their ears are really hairy. Yaya Paints. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, I'm a bold colors person, so we will definitely be besties. For sure. Hi, Dee. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm going to follow you back right now so we can be besties. And thanks for the roses so much. Thank you, Dee. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you guys have not picked up your any of the products that we talked about today and you want to know what they were, I'm going to go through them really quickly before I hop off of here. But, and also just so you guys know, I will be on tomorrow, probably around 9:30. I'm probably going to come on early tomorrow, you guys. We're going to talk about our word of the year and and go through that process. So it is not going to be, it's going to be a creative process for sure, but it's not going to be a watercolor tutorial like normal. Okay. It's going to be, it's going to be a word of the year process. So we're going to talk about that. It's Central Standard Time. So I'm in Texas. It's currently 11:34 my time right now. So if you guys are wanting to go through the process of discovering your word for this year, then join me tomorrow and we will be doing that. And then once a month throughout the year, we will be doing a revisit of our word and looking at our month and how our word has affected our life and how it's going. So basically a review each month to kind of keep us on track for the year. Okay, so if you guys want to do that, please join me. I would love to have you guys. Today's tutorial was super fun. I absolutely love this. And I think he turned out super cute. We're going to go with Elmer, the tabby cat. And I will be, today's tutorial will be uploaded to my Tube of You. You can get that LINK off my YouTube. I mean, off of my TikTok page. Goodness, I could not come out. I could not get it out. So if you want if you want that LINK, you can go to my TikTok page and you can find that. It'll take you to my Tube of You and this will be uploaded. All right. Okay. So here are the brushes that we use. They are the Meeden brushes. They are amazing. I love them. They're my go-to brush and I use them every single day. They do not rust. They have a tight ferrule. They're synthetic squirrel hair and they hold a ton of water. They hold their tips really well and they have a short stem so you can control your strokes really easily. So that was the brushes that we used. We also used the Meeden paper. This Meeden paper comes in a 5x7 size and I cut them down so I can get 4 of these ACEO sizes out of one sheet of the Meeden paper. Okay. So you cut it like this and you end up with 4 of those ACO sizes with 0 waste, which is great. Okay, so that was the paper that we used. And then we also used the Meeden 96 color palette. This is my go-to palette. I've had the 48 color palette for almost a year and a half now, and I've used it every single day. I upgraded about 2 months ago, or maybe a month ago, to this palette, which is the 96 color palette. I love it equally as much. It is, Emily, thank you for the follow. It has 30 metallics. It has 12 macaroons and 6 neons, 48 regular colors that go from lightest to darkest. So you can learn to shade really easily with these. It's got this great case so you can travel with it. And it has a brush, a pencil, an eraser, and 2 art sponges, which are amazing. So we also use that. Love this product. This is my very favorite palette out of all of the palettes that I own, which are a lot. This is my daily go-to palette that I use every single day. So these also pop out in groups of 6 or individually. So you can like pop these out and use them like this, or you can pop these out individually and rearrange them or fill them up or whatever you want to do with them. So that's a great feature of this palette as well. Okay, so if you're looking for some amazing paints, these are the ones that we use today. Thank you, Yaya Paints. I appreciate that. Okay, let's see. I think that's everything other than the Meeden paint tool that we use, but that's sold out. I do love this. It is one of my favorite products on the planet as far as art products go. And I can tell you right now that when this is back in stock, if you don't grab one, you will be sorry because they're probably going to sell out again. I love this product. 650 milliliters of water. Tough, hard silicone. So it lasts. This is great plastic. It is built to last. and you just dump your old water, and then it fills back up with your new clean water. Love this so much. I bought one for my grandson. As you can see, it's right over there for Christmas. He loves it. He literally cried when he opened it. He was so excited to get it because he and I were constantly fighting over this. So it's called the Meeden Paintbrush Washer, but it is out of stock right now because they are completely sold out. But once it gets back in stock, I will make sure to let you guys know when they're back in stock. Okay. The other thing that I used was this golden maple detail brush set right here. These are also out of stock, but that is what I used. And there is a detail brush from Golden Maple in my product list. It's just not this particular set. And it is right here. Okay. And then, y'all, I'm going to have to turn up my heater. So I'm sorry if this is going to give, it's going to probably give me waves, but I have to have my heater turned up. So sorry if that brings about waves. I don't know why it does that when I turn my heater on, but, okay. So the last thing that we used, oh, you're going to love it, Joy. You're so going to love those paints. I'm glad you got them. Join us. We paint with them daily at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tomorrow I will be on at 9:30 because I'm going to get on a little early, and we're going to be doing our word of the year process. So it won't be a tutorial tomorrow, but normally I'm on at 10 a.m. doing a tutorial. That's what we did today. All right. Anybody have, oh, you're in Montana. Oh, you're cold. I'm freezing and I'm in Texas. So I can't imagine how cold it must be in Montana. Okay. The other thing that we used was the ZSCM paint or gel pen sets. So let me show you the one that we used for the white gel pen was this set right here. Let me move this out of the way and put this down so you guys can see it. And it is right here. You can see it. And it is right here. Okay, and you get glitters, and you get your regulars, and you get your pastels, and you get your, your pastels and your macaroons and your black and your white. These are great because they have the swatch. They come with swatch strips. You color them, and then you slide them down in the pens. You can see what color it is. They have 4 times the amount of ink as a normal gel pen, and they're retractable, so you don't have to keep up with the lid. Plus, they come with this amazing case, which I absolutely love. So that is the 100 set. They have a, excuse me, they screw off like this. Okay. And you can order these refills. So, oh, I got to put that back in there. Okay. And they're retractable. Da-da-da. All right. Now, so, and look at these neon colors, y'all. Aren't those pretty? You also get the neons in a glitter, which is great too. And I love the fact that they have the swatch in the pens themselves. So you don't have to keep up with a swatch card. You can just kind of scan and say, oh, I need that, or oh, I need that. So these are great. The leather case is super nice. Sorry, I have paint on mine because I got paint on it. But it's really nice. Zip up leather case. And then they come in the 72 color pack. which are all glitter. And they also come in a nice leather case. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. And they look like this. And they also have the swatches. And these are not the same colors as the 100 color set. Right, Joy? I know, I have paint on everything. All right, guys. So that was the last product that we used today. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm about to get off of here anyway, so I'm glad I'm just now starting to cough. I have been so sick, y'all. Oh, sorry. You know what? No, I've had my flu shot. It's not the flu. It's just a head cold. But it's causing me to cough after I've been talking for a while. And I've been on here since like 9:30, so I'm about to get off though. All right, so oh, the last thing we used, sorry, I forgot. We did use this. And this is great, y'all. This is my favorite Christmas gift that I got. And it is the Nick Pro Sketch Kit. And it comes with all of the pencils that you need. A 0.5, a 0.7, a 0.9, and then the 2.0s. That's fine, Jamie. I won't be on Wednesday. I'll be off. Tomorrow's my last day until Monday. Because I'm going to be out of town for my anniversary. But I'll be back on schedule starting on Monday. Oh, that's awesome, Joy. Did you get this? Because this is awesome. Has all the leads you need, all the replacements, and all the different hardnesses. It's got your HB, your 2B, your 4B, your 6B. And it's got all your sizes as well. Also has color and erasers and a kneaded eraser too. Oh, cool. Yours is the 12th? Oh, y'all had ice in New York? Yuck. DOC, thank you for the purchase. You're going to like that pen set. Or it's pencils, but these are super lightweight too, y'all. And they're made out of a really nice metal. Like, it's high quality. I have used the heck out of these. I use these all weekend long, played around with them, and I love, love, love this set. It's one of my favorites. So anyway, that was the last thing we used today. We used that to draw out our little kitty before we painted him. Thank you, Jamie. Y'all too. You're welcome, Joy. All right, so I'm going to hop off of here, guys. As you can tell, I'm still a little bit under the weather and my voice is done. My throat is starting to bother me, so I'm going to go ahead and hop off. But thank you guys for everybody who made purchases today. I appreciate it. I will be back on tomorrow at 9:30. Drink honey and lemon water. I will do that as soon as I get out of here. I keep garlic and honey in a jar in my kitchen all the time because it's supposed to be really good for your immune system. And totally didn't even think about taking a spoonful of it, but should have. So I'm going to do that too. Thank you, Joy. I'll be back on tomorrow, guys. 9:30 Central Standard Time. Ames, welcome in. Yep, I'll see you guys later. Tomorrow will be my last day, and then I'll be back on my regular schedule starting on Monday. And everything will be back on track. So I will see you guys then and talk to you guys soon, okay? Thanks for all your purchases, guys. I appreciate your support, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.